Yo, we locked in. It's due season. It's your boy Carl Anthony, and welcome to the Man Cave. Today, I got a video based off a comment from my homie Muhammad. He asked me about hair loss. Right now, I'm gonna come from a semi-scientific basis, but also from a barber standpoint. I lost my hair at 23. I had no signs of hair loss in my knowledge, right? When I was 23, I had a full head of waves, and it was in the summertime. Like July 3rd was my last full haircut when I had waves, right? July 3rd, and after that, around my birthday, which is July 18, I cut my hair low, right? Because every summer, I cut my hair low. Just like it's a nice summer look for me, right? So I cut it low, real low, like a 1 against the grain. And when it started growing back, I noticed like right in the front, it was real light. But I was puzzled. I was thinking like maybe my barber like went back on my hairline too much or something. I didn't know what the problem was because I normally cut my own hair, but when it's for special occasions, I would let my boy Eric, who owned the shop that I used to work at, I let him, cut it for special occasions, get that crisp look. So, it never came back. I mean, it was super thin. So I used to wear it real low, and I would have a lining in the front just to, give the illusion of a full hairline. It wasn't receding or anything. It just was thin. And then over time, it kind of just it never grew anymore. So I eventually just shaved it. I went through a little depression about it because I was so young. I'm 23 and I'm losing my hair. Now, mind you, my father, he's currently 63, 64. Full head of hair right now to this day. No balding, no thinning. Slight receding, but not really. Full head of hair. He can grow a fro, whatever. My grandfather, he died in the end of 2017. He died at 93. Full head of hair. Okay? That's my father. My mother's father. My father's father died a long time ago, maybe in the early 2000s. But he had a full head of hair. So, genetically, I don't see any excuse for the reason why I had, hair loss, right? Now, some people say that DHT, which is a form of testosterone, that sometimes they say that you got too high levels of DHT. They say it could be bad thyroid function, lack of vitamin D. It could be anything that's really causing your hair loss. It's a lot of chemicals we put on our hair that we don't know is, good for us, like our shampoos and things like that. And depending on your hair composition, it may be more harmful to your scalp than others, right? So, how do you combat hair loss early? See, if I would have known that I was losing my hair in the first place, I probably would have never cut it off low. That's the first thing. I probably wouldn't have started cutting it off low. Now, that doesn't mean it wasn't going to eventually, go on its own. But I would have kept it as long as I could. So that's one thing you want to do. You want to keep as much hair as you can while you still have it. That's first and foremost, right? But you need to increase blood flow, because what happens is when a lot of times your blood flow is not getting to your follicles, right? So some of the things you can do to increase your blood flow is vitamin C, which helps produce nitric oxide. they got this supplement called choline. It helps you get rid of estrogen. Sometimes the estrogen levels are too high. So not that just because you have high testosterone that you're going to have a whole full head of hair, but you do want to lower the estrogen that you have in your body in order to keep producing hair that you need to, right? Like I said, vitamin D. So, a lot of people used to say that wearing hats can stop you from, growing hair. But it's really mainly the fact that you're not letting the sun get to your hair. It's not necessarily the hat itself, unless you got some kind of wool hat where it's pulling out your hair or things like that. But you need the sun to produce vitamin D in your body, and the vitamin D helps you, keep growing hair. Now, you live in colder regions like Chicago, where the sun is only out certain times of the year. I mean, not that it's all gloom and doom here, but we got a lot of cold. So you're wearing hats all the time. You're not getting as much. You're staying inside a lot. You're not getting as much vitamin D. You need the vitamin D. So take a vitamin D supplement. Take biotin. Everybody knows about biotin. Biotin is great for, thickening hair, growing hair. Topical solutions that you may want to use, like Jamaican black castor oil, right? Thickens hair. So, like I said, if you're already kind of thinning a little bit, thickening agents like Jamaican black castor oil can help you to keep your hair thick with the use of biotin as well, and vitamin D and the choline. I'm going to be linking some things in the description, for you to possibly, take some supplements to produce some of these things in your body that you need to keep your hair, right? To keep your hair strong and possibly regrow some new hair. So it's over for me in terms of like growing a full head of hair. So I may even, like, if I decided to take a whole stack of, supplements for my hair, I may get some new follicles here and there, but it may not be enough because it's been a long time of me just shaving my head and being bald that it's not gonna really work for me. It's good. This is something that you got to do early on, preventative measures so that you can optimize your hair growth as long as possible. My hair used to grow so much, man. I mean, so fast, and it still does. Like the hair I got on the sides, it grows super fast. I used to be able to get an afro within a month or a month and a half. Like I needed a haircut every week. Like seriously. Like, so it wasn't that I didn't have, good hair growth. It's just that I started thinning, period, So, like I said, man, like, you can use also peppermint oil. It stimulates growth. It's got that cool sensation. Use peppermint oil, like, after you, apply warm water or hot water to your scalp or your head. Use the peppermint oil so it can, like, give you that menthol-y feel. And you can do scalp treatments like coconut oil treatments, Another thing, if you're black, or you have, like, a coarser hair texture, right? More than likely, you don't have an oily scalp, right? So washing your hair too much can damage your hair. On top of the fact that you're probably using a shampoo that is, bad for you chemically. So I'm going to also link a good shampoo, a good natural shampoo, below in the description. Something that's paraben free and less harsh on your follicles. You don't want to keep putting bad chemicals in your hair. So you need some good moisturizers for your hair. And you need some good, a good cleaning solution for your hair, a good shampoo. Outside of that, man, just, good exercise for blood flow. Also, that's just something natural to do. What else? I mean, it's a few things you can do, man. Just pay attention to your hair. Take care of it. Keep your hair moisturized. Keep your scalp moisturized because if you have dry, brittle hair, when you don't moisturize your hair, man, it breaks off easy. You know, you don't get the, doesn't grow as well. It gets dry and brittle, and it doesn't grow. So, I had bad problem with keeping my scalp moisturized. I didn't have super bad dandruff, but I did have dandruff from time to time. But I didn't moisturize my hair enough at certain times. If you play sports a lot and you get salt deposits in your hair, because you're sweating so much, you got to wash your hair then. But never wash your hair more than once or twice a week at the most, right? If you're white, you could do more. You can probably do 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 4. White people have more oily scalps, generally. So take an assessment of what you know about your hair and do what you got to do. Take some biotin, vitamin D, choline. Also, collagen protein. Collagen protein. It's got the right kind of amino acids for, producing thicker hair. Period. So, if you notice, like a lot of hair products have collagen in them. So these are the things, man. It's my 2 cents on hair loss. Man, keep your hair as long as you can, man. If you got a lot of hair, hey, if you wear braids, loosen the braids up, especially in the front. Loosen them up. Keep some hair out. You don't want your hairline to recede. I've told so many guys over the years of me cutting hair that, hey, man, if you keep wearing your braids so tight, you're going to lose your hair. They didn't want to listen because they wanted this so-called neat look, and they lost their hair. I told you, What do you want me to do? So, I got a good workout in earlier. I went to this calisthenics park up north in Chicago, and I got some footage of that I'm not gonna put here. I'm coming up with something. I got something in the works, and I don't really want to talk about it yet until it's done. So I'm not gonna put it out there until I know I can deliver. So be on the lookout for that. Hit them like buttons and subscribe. Thank you for all the new subscribers, man. Everybody's putting in, writing comments on my wall, on my different posts. Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. I want to thank you guys for really, being with me. I'm on a grind to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to get there soon. I'm going to keep putting out this content, keep adding value to the YouTube, world. So it's your boy Carl Anthony. I'll see you another time. It's due season. Peace.